So today I want to talk to you about the sin of pride and how it can have such a profound impact on your life. So if you're someone who is like a closed shop, fear of what people think of you, regardless of the situation, keep on watching, keep on listening. This might be a quite useful one for you. Welcome back to consecutive day 1636 of a diary of a runpreneur. If you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, the distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style, then do give this a subscribe, share, like, and comment. More people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. Thank you as always, and let's get started. So consecutive day 1636 of a diary of a runpreneur, and today's topic is all about the sin of pride and how it can have such a profound effect on your life. So first and foremost, what is pride? Well, it's fear of what other people think based on situations. And some people, you know, in some degree, pride can help people. It keeps people private. It keeps people not airing their dirty laundry, if that's the phrase goes. So sharing everything with anybody and everyone. But it can also be to your detriment as well. If you don't, people say that a problem shared is a problem halved. But people who struggle with pride are too proud to almost admit they've made a mistake by sharing a problem that they've encountered, possibly through an action or inaction of themselves. So I like to talk about this because this is something that I think on a personal level I've struggled with most of my life. It's fear of what other people think. And then when I think about it too much, I then flip over to the polar opposite, whereas I potentially share too much. And I think somewhere along the line there is a balance in the middle, which is the right level of openness versus being too proud to share. And I think that's the challenge that so many of us face in life. We just fear about what people think. And I love these kind of therapeutic conversations I have on this vlog, because the reality is so many people don't really care. Everybody else is too embroiled and caught up in their own lives, their own challenges, their own successes, that they might notice something that you share that you're potentially proud or too proud to share. They might notice for a split second, but then pretty quickly it'll be at the back of their mind and they'll be cracking on with their own situations in life. And that is a reality. I distinctly remember, you know, people worry about, you know, it used to be, you know, people being publicised in the public domain. Obviously these days with social media and you know, so easily accessible to so many, you know, that fear is greater than ever before. But people used to say about the tabloids, the newspapers, that, you know, whatever is today's news in the newspaper is tomorrow's fish and chip paper. Now, if you're from the UK, fish and chips is a takeaway fast food option here. And in the olden days, let's talk about olden days, I'm sounding really old now, newspapers were used to wrap your fish and chips in to keep them warm. So what would happen is people would read the newspaper, and then the fish and chip outlet would utilise the old newspapers as wrapping paper. And that's kind of the reality of how publicity kind of works, and how fickle it can be. Also, you look at social media and people get slandered or you know, called out on social media. The reality is, yes, it's in the public domain, but how often does a post stay at the top of people's feeds? Well, only as long as much people give it attention and engagement, which usually in extreme situations where things go viral, it might be a day or two, a number of days. In 95, possibly 99 times out of 100, that post will just flitter on into the abyss of old social posts that you could only find possibly through some kind of search engine or filtered search. And I think people forget that. The other one is, you know, you think about public speaking was another thing that so many people were scared of messing up, scared of not getting their points across in a clear and concise manner. And yes, it's not very nice when things go wrong. I've been in that situation before. I've been in situations where I've done a public talk and it's gone incredibly well, and you take the plaudits. I've been in situations where I've done a public talk that I felt was disastrous. Yes, some people still said it was really good, which is bizarre because I thought it was horrendous, stuttering and tripping over my words, etc. But that just shows how much attention people place on you. And secondly, you know, when you're doing something like that, you're presenting or talking on something that you know potentially, not always, but most of the time, you'll know more about what you're talking about than the people who are watching or listening. And even if you do make a marginal error, it's unlikely that those people will notice. So I think what I'm trying to say here today is that, you know, pride is good in some regards. It keeps an element of privacy around your life. But there's certain instances in life where, you know, a problem shared is a problem halved, or something needs to be shared. And not always the good things, possibly the bad things too. And you'll be surprised how many people are kind and caring and want to support you. And even when things go wrong, you'll be surprised how few people want to kind of cause you more pain for already making a mistake and being too scared to kind of talk about it. So something that I've worked on so hard. I am getting better at it. I've still got a long way to go to be better at it and a better person for it. But I suppose my kind of go-between or halfway house is this vlog. I get to talk about my emotions and feelings, of which I would usually be too proud to share with a person in a face-to-face conversation. But bizarrely, when I'm out here running in complete solitude in the countryside, it feels like I'm talking to myself. I forget that sometimes this gets published across all social platforms, but do you know what? I don't mind after I've done it. And I've got so much from this vlog and so much from being able to share from this vlog, which has kept my mental health and well-being in a much better place. And I think if people don't have that and they're too proud to share, it can potentially lead to mental health breakdowns. I'm just going past someone, so bear with me a second. Evening. There's a dog I'm just going past as well, so hopefully the dog doesn't attack me. Just peering behind me in case it does. But anyway, finishing off. Learnings from my diary today are simply the sin of pride. And look at it and look at yourself and think, am I too proud or am I too open? I think the reality is you don't want to be too proud or you don't share anything with people, because you can then bottle up your feelings, your emotions, through fear of what other people think. And the reality is when you share things, people might notice for a split second or a few minutes, and then it's at the back of their mind. Yet that process of sharing and not being too proud to admit when things don't go right, or feeling ashamed and all that side of things, it's amazingly powerful to your mental health and well-being. A problem shared is a problem halved. We're all very easily able to share our successes because it's lovely getting people patting on the back, saying well done, really, good job, all that type of stuff. But it's very different when it's admitting our mistakes or our failures. And it's something that I think people need to look long and hard at themselves, because sometimes it's the proudest of people who share the least, who are the ones that have the most mental baggage and struggle the most with their own mental health. So I'm somebody who struggled with this a lot over the years, and I've still struggled with it to a large degree. But I found this kind of halfway house with this blog, whereas despite being out in solitude in the countryside, where I feel that I'm just sharing my thoughts to nobody, I often forget that this gets published across all social platforms. But it's the process of unloading, which is just so powerful and enables you to kind of keep your mental health and well-being in a much better place. So hope that's useful anyway. Any questions or comments, I will try and respond to everyone. Do remember that if you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon of run blogging on consecutive days, a distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style. Do give this a subscribe, share, like, and comment. More people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. Thank you as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.